In this video, we're going to do a walkthrough of how you can set up a VPS and host multiple websites on that same server. For the VPS, we're going to use Hostinger. For the server management side of things, we're going to use Cloudpanel. And this gives us a control panel in which we can add websites to the server. Cloudpanel is free to use and it has some nice things out of the box like SSL certificates, firewalls. It is also configured to load pages quickly using fast page module for PHP, and it does Redis caching. So lots of things here that we can use to our benefit when we set up our website on our server. So going back to Hostinger now, if you want to get the hosting service via Hostinger, there are some great benefits built into this plan. You can get automatic weekly backups, real-time snapshots, AI assistant to help you with configuring your server or answering any questions you may have about the service. If you want to get the plan, for the purpose of this video, we'll be looking at the KVM2 VPS. At the moment, that's around $8 a month, but that will probably vary depending on your region. So it has some nice things built into it here, like full root access for SSH, dedicated IP address. It has 8 gigabytes of RAM, 100 gigabytes of disk space, 2 terabytes of bandwidth, so lots of good stuff in this package and more than enough to run a medium to large size website. So I'm going to show you how to check out on the Hostinger website. So we'll just take the 12-month plan here, for example, and once you click on this, then we can enter the details underneath. So on the left, we can choose the payment method that we want to use, input our details, and you can see the total price here. Already this is discounted, but we have an additional discount code called David B, and you can use that to get 10% off your hosting plan. So that works whether you want to take a shorter plan or longer plan, but if you take the longer plan, you'll get a bigger discount because it is 10% off the full amount. Going over to the dashboard now, my VPS plan is here at the bottom, and you can see there is a manage button. If it's your first time setting this up, it will just say setup. Now I have this set up in a previous video, but I'm going to show you how to change this. You can change your location in here once every 30 days on your VPS. So if you decide you want to move the location, you can do that. I will also include a link to the previous video where I set this server up for the first time. But the benefit of doing it this way in this video is I can show you how to change the operating system on your server. So if you've set the server up and then you want to change it later, you can do that still. As you can see here, I'm running WordPress on Ubuntu. To change that, we can use the operating system link on the left navigation. And we've got these options here to choose the operating system. Previously, we used the applications and selected WordPress from the drop-down menu. But this time we want to use a control panel, and we're going to do that under the operating system with control panel option. So you have a number of different options in here. You've got things like virtual admin, Plesk, cPanel, some of the very common ones. But for this video, I'm going to be using Cloudpanel, mainly because it's a free option and it's very simple to use. So that's the reason I'm going to be using it for this video. And it's important to note here that if you are going to change your server in this way, all of the data on that server will be wiped and you will start with a fresh install. So make sure to back up any sites before you do this. Once the server has finished installing, you will get these details at the top. So now we can see that we have got Cloudpanel installed successfully. It gives a little bit of information about what it is and how you can use it for hosting multiple websites. Underneath this, we have the login details for Cloudpanel, and if you click on that link, so the first thing we'll notice here is that we cannot access the site because it says the connection is not private. I think this is mostly because of the settings in my Chrome. If you have not got SSL installed in the server, then you will see a message like this. So this is normal when you first set up Cloudpanel. And once you click the proceed button, then you can get to the control panel login. By default, our username is admin and the password is the same password that we entered when we were creating this Cloudpanel installation. So now we're taken to this page within Cloudpanel and we can add our first website. We've got a number of different options of sites that we can create. We can create a WordPress site, a static PHP site, Node.js, HTML, Python. So there's a number of things that we can do here, but for the purpose of this video, we're going to create a WordPress site. So let's enter the domain name. I have a domain name already on Hostinger, which I will use. So I'm going to copy this domain name and we'll paste that into the previous page. We'll add a site title. This is for our WordPress site name. And I'm going to keep the default passwords and username details here that has been auto-completed for us. This is just a dummy website I'm creating, so I don't mind showing the password here because I'll probably delete this before the video goes out. At the bottom we also have the option here of creating a multi-site, so that's a WordPress multi-site, but in this case we're going to leave that at no. It's going to be a single website. And it's probably worth mentioning that you should back up these details if you're planning to keep this website. I'm just using this as a demo, but make sure to back up these passwords in your password manager. So now that this has installed, we've got these details about our site, our database, and WordPress. So we probably want to copy these and save them somewhere. I'm just going to copy this to my code editor for now, but make sure to save these details somewhere safe again if you're going to set this up properly. Now that our website has been added, I'm going to have a look around the control panel. One thing we can do here is use dark mode if you prefer to browse in that way. Within the settings, we have things like our username, all of the normal things in here. We can set the time zone too. Let's have a look around the dashboard. So we've got our operating system, all of the information about our VPS plan matches what we picked in the beginning. Got 2 cores, 8 gigabytes of memory. It's nice that we have this monitoring section. We can see the CPU usage, memory usage, disk space, etc. This will be more useful when you have multiple sites on this server. But we can go in here and add a second website if we want to at this point. You can add as many websites as you want to your server, so that's one of the good things about this control panel. Within the admin section, then we can add additional users. We can look at different events that have happened, so what our history of the things we've done since we've signed in. We can look at all the different instances. We have things like MySQL in here, fast page module for PHP, Redis server, the cache for Varnish cache, things like that. We can also look at the server configuration for our time zone. We can make backups remotely on our servers for all of our sites using things like Amazon S3 or Dropbox, Google Drive, etc. So that's kind of cool that we can do that automatically and back up remotely. We can lock down our server based on the firewall. At the minute we've got this configured with all the defaults, but you can remove some of these things if you don't need them. So lots of cool things here you can do on your server that mean you don't need to fire up your own SSH and modify the server yourself. You can just do all this from the user interface, which is really nice. We've already added our domain name to this Cloudpanel, but we still need to point the domain name to this server. So let's look at how we can do that. In order to do that, we need to use the IP address of the server, and we'll set up an A record in the DNS section. So on the left navigation of this domain, you can see that we've got this DNS name servers area. So let's open this up. Since I've used this domain name before on a different video, I'm going to have to change the record of this entry. So if you scroll down to the bottom, we'll see that I have an A record for the domain, for the naked root domain. So let's edit this and change the IP address. I'm going to input the server IP address for this Cloudpanel. So let's copy that. You can also get it from the dashboard if you need to do that, dashboard of the VPS. So I'll paste that in and we'll hit the update button. And within a few seconds to a few minutes, that will normally be updated. If it's a completely new domain, you can add the A record yourself here, but for the purpose of this video, I'm just editing the existing one. So now we're going to try and visit this website and see what happens. And you'll see that we have the same issue here as before. The connection is not private. And the reason for this is that we still have to set up our SSL within Cloudpanel for this domain name. So let's do that now. So going back to our control panel, if you click on the name of our website, we've got a list of different configurations in here that we can change. We have some things like SSL. We also have a file manager in here, which is nice if you want to just go into your site and upload anything or change anything. So you can do that easily from the UI. You can also configure the virtual host in here if you want to, but for the purpose of this, everything's configured for us, so we don't really need to do much here. Under the settings, we can change the PHP version, memory limit, things like that, max upload size for images, change your time zone. There's a whole bunch of things in here that you can do just quite easily. So this is all very nice, but for the purpose of this, getting our site online, we want to go to the SSL section. And in here we've got a self-signed certificate, but what we want to have is this Let's Encrypt certificate. So let's add this. You'll see there's a warning here that the domain name needs to point to the server. We have already done that part when we changed the A record, so that's fine. Just click this create button. So this will only take a few minutes, and once it's complete, it will tell us at the top of the page that the certificate has been installed. You'll see that this will expire in January 2024, but I think this does auto renew. If not, you can come in here and probably do it via the UI. So going back to the website now and reloading the page, you can see that the domain is now connected to our server. So everything's working as expected. Using the details from before, we can sign into the site now as an admin user. So I just need to take this password I'd backed up from earlier. And you can see we've got the link here at the bottom if you want to visit this WP admin login page. So once we input the details, we are now taken to the dashboard of WordPress. So that completes our install of this website on this server. And you can do this as many times as you want to install as many websites on your server. Of course, you do need to have a larger sized server if you want to run a lot of websites on here. But this gives you an idea of how to set this up and how easy it is to add multiple websites to your VPS. If you want to create your own VPS on Hostinger, then make sure to use the coupon code DavidB at the checkout, as it will give you an additional 10% off your web hosting. I hope you've enjoyed this video. If you have, make sure to give it a like and subscribe to the channel, and I will see you guys in the next one.